Hi guys, the other day I made this vegan doenjang and tofu soup. As well as being delicious, it's also low fat and low calorie too. I made it to go with this Korean dinner where I served kimchi and steamed egg custards. The links to those recipes you can find in the description below. Start off by adding 2 sheets of dried kelp to a large pot, followed by 5 of these dried shiitake mushrooms. Then 6 cloves of garlic, chopped in half. Add 1 onion, halved, and I'm not even bothering to peel it. Add a stick of celery that's broken up into chunks. Add 2 spring onions, roughly chopped. Then pour over 1.5 litres of water and turn on the heat to maximum and bring it up to the boil. Then clamp the lid on, turn the heat down to low and allow it to cook for about an hour. Skip this step if you like by using shop-bought vegetable stock, but this is lower in salt and has more flavour. For the veg, cut the stalks off 6 chestnut mushrooms and quarter them. Enoki mushrooms are more authentic and look beautiful here, but they're a lot harder to find. Then transfer them to a bowl. Next, take about 200 grams of courgette and chop it into chunks, roughly the same size as the mushrooms. If you're in America, you might know this thing as a zucchini. Now add them to the same bowl as the mushrooms because they'll be going into the soup at the same time. Now take a pak choi and separate the leaves, they'll be added later, and then chop up the bulb. And add that to the bowl with the mushroom and courgette. Now chop up the leaves. They need a lot less time cooking, just enough time to wilt, so slice them up and add them to a separate bowl. Now take a 350 gram pack of silken tofu and dice it up. This only needs to be warmed through, so add it to the bowl with the pak choi leaves. Once the stock has been simmering for an hour, take a slotted spoon and remove the vegetables and discard them. Now turn the heat up to medium-high and add your doenjang. This is fermented soybean paste that tastes quite like strong miso paste. I'm adding about 6 tablespoons of it and then whisk it all up. Once it's all nice and evenly dispersed, go ahead and check for seasoning. The paste is quite salty, so if it needs a bit more salt, add a little bit more paste. Once it's just starting to boil, go ahead and add your courgette, mushroom and bok choy bulb and mix it all up. Then clamp the lid on and allow it to cook for just 5 minutes over a high heat. Then mix again and add the leaves and tofu. This will only take a minute to warm up through and wilt, so just stir very gently so you don't break up the tofu. And then just serve. I garnish the bowls with a little bit of chopped spring onion, some fresh chilli because all Korean food should have a little heat, and a sprinkling of toasted sesame seeds. So there it is, so good for you and delicious as well. Definitely something to think of if you're ever trying to lose a few pounds. Thanks a million for watching guys. I hope you liked this recipe and will give it a go. If you did, hit the like button below and the subscribe button as well, and check out the description for the links to those other recipes and for all my social media accounts and the link to my blog where you'll find the full recipe at www.rookiecook.org.